Uh, there are actually just a ton of really interesting, fun characters. I've shown off the monk before. It's the basic, or it's the anti-gold run, where if you touch gold, you die. Melody and Arya are challenge mode characters, and then there's Bolt, and I'm just...
Ah, that's too fast.
Welcome to the Bone Zone!
You've become Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, like, it's hard.
This is...
Especially because it's double beat with the level.
This is not a speedrun character. This is too fast.
This is a death character!
This is a high-speed collision character.
So to make up for, this, he also starts with a spear.
And some boots.
And now I have boots. Strong boots of strengthness.
Oh, the enemies are moving way too fast.
Yeah, so, like, the other thing about this is the enemies also move double time. It basically just cuts down the amount of time you have to think with the game, and honestly, it's really difficult to play a double time Melody. I think I've pretty much got it down for the floor now. More or less.
Ah, that's...
I'm gonna take the foresight. This will show you the traps.
Fern and, like, Binding of Isaac, they have, like, characters that are different in their own ways, but the game largely stays the same. This is like every character just seems to fundamentally change the way you play from the base experience of Cadence.
Absolutely, and that is one of the things that I really like about the game, especially with the way that they've just introduced so many characters now. There are a lot of differences in kind in this game now.
Can you use scrolls? I guess you can only use scrolls once.
Yeah. I also fucked that up. Whoops, that is bad because it's going to drop me into a death room.
Oh. The red dragon. The red dragon.
So bad.
It's bad enough. The red dragon is too fast.
Yeah, imagine if a red dragon could move on every beat.
Ugh.
Oh, what is
Imagine
Melody
if
adjacent? Oh, actually, they changed the way that Melody works. It used to be a super challenge mode. Arya is now the challenge, is the super challenge mode. And we're not going to try that. I will do one last run with Cadence. Let's see if we can, like, push this a little further.
You've gotten so many terrible things.
Ugh.
How
Right.
many red bat rooms? Just places in the wall filled with red bats.
Red bats. Nothing but red bats. There should just be a red bat character. Only spawn red bats.
I was about to unleash that horror upon the world myself.
There's a challenge mode for you, game makers. It's like Square Bracket Games or something. It's I should really know the publisher. This is kind of mean or not. I will make sure to tweet it afterwards. It's kind of rude that I wouldn't know that.
It's kind of rude the fact that, like, it's apparently a big deal that Danny Baranowski did the music for this game, but I couldn't tell you what else he's done.
Yeah, me neither. I really love it as a game, though. Like, every time I kind of put it down for a few months, and then every time I come back, there's a ton of new content to explore. I think it really has its base down well. Ooh, Ring of Gold. Like, the core gameplay is really fun, and the roguelike generation is really good, which is something that you don't necessarily see with a lot of roguelikes.
Waliot is saying that he did Super Meat Boy
Oh,
music.
he was Super Meat Boy. Okay.
which is a game I've never played, so...
Super Meat Boy is really good and really fun.
I saw Sykes LP.
I quite enjoy it. Alright, there we go. We're stabilized, and I'm actually moving on the beat, and it's not a double time beat.
We're in the rhythm.
This game has just so many ridiculous modes in it, and again, I love it.
Yeah, a lot of roguelikes they tend to, random level generation can kinda screw you.
There's definitely things in that, yeah.
But just due to the way that this game has to be open with, like, the fact that you have to be constantly moving, I feel like that made the level generation a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, they could very much focus on, like, let's just make rooms and kind of have them show up in certain ways. But I think they do a lot of work to make it so that there's, like, things the player wouldn't even notice that it does. You know, in the way that it sets up rooms, it sets them up in a more forgiving way.
I was also gonna say that, like, while it can sometimes lead to feeling like a little bit of lack of variety, like, I've seen this before, but it generally works better.
I found a bad room!
Oh my god, what is with these red bat rooms? It knows exactly how much you hate red bats.
Pretty much. There we go, alright. Usually, if you fully dedicate yourself to killing the red bats, you can kill them. That's about all I can say for it.
10 seconds of your song.
Alright, this will actually help us kill red bats.
Oh, it's the spells where you get kinda infinite casts.
Yes, spells you can have scrolls, but you can also just get infinite casts with these.
Highwang is correct, these are very bad bats.
Bad bats.
I don't want to receive the bad bats on Steam.
Oh dear. Okay, that almost got us killed. I'll go back for him later. I really need a non-dagger weapon.
You can throw daggers apparently, but I don't see how that would be useful.
Well, you throw it and then you get, like, ooh, what do we have here? Oh god, there is my favorite weapon that I have nothing like the hearts to wield.
You need to find the chicken and cheese right now.
I need to get me a chicken cheese. I was really hoping that the shop would have a healing item, and it did not. Well, I found the fun room.
Oh, I guess the Minotaur can only destroy those walls when it charges.
Yes. Which makes sense. Ah, god, I did the wrong thing.
Mistimed the Minotaur.
Right. Mistimed the Minotaur. One last try, because I want to at least make it to floor 2.
Talk a bit about it.
It's a cool floor. It's probably like the lull of the game, where floor 1 is, again, it's a very good tutorial, but it is still kind of a tutorial. Floor 2 is sort of just there. Oh god, I'm gonna die to skeletons.
I
Always
also say that
skeletons.
Songs are not the greatest in the game.
Yeah, they're kind of slower to let you get used to weirder enemy patterns.
Well, they're actually faster than the songs on this floor, but they feel a lot slower.
Mm-hmm. There we go. That is the proper way to take on black skeletons. Not the lose all of your hearts.
At least with the latest patch, black skeletons don't one-shot you anymore, says Wisp.
Yeah, I believe they still do 2 damage, but now that you start with 2 hearts, that's not quite so bad.
3 hearts.
3 hearts, yes. You used to start with 2 hearts, in which case, unless you got health, black skeletons would instantly kill you. It was bad news.
Times.
The game is, like, just in constant development, and I feel like it's gotten better. A lot better as it's gone along. Like, they've made a lot of good balance patches to it. So,
I feel if it's one of the very few early access games I can remember that doesn't have, like, big lulls in updates.
yeah, it updates a lot. Alright, so The biggest problem with the Ring of Phasing that we can kind of see right here is that you can't dig into walls, and there's a lot of times where you kind of want to use walls to stop yourself. And that's really like, it can get bad. Oh god, it can get bad.
It is a strange... Oh, you can get... Oh, god damn it. Mimic too.
Yeah. This is,
Everything is terrible.
Oh god, I want that Ring of Regeneration pretty badly.
But you're so poor.
I am so poor right now. It's bad how poor I am right now.
Need some mad cash right now.
Also, I'm just gonna stick in the wall and as far away from that bat as possible. Bow. That was just a series of unfortunate things right there. Oh god.
Highwaying rings for lame strats like wall camping. Trust me, I have a degree in lame strats.
Okay, this is the lesser bat room. They tend to be much easier as long as you don't rush into them.
You have lesser bats and you have greater bats.
Yes, the red bats are the greatest of bats. Well, that's not true actually. But they're the greatest of bats you will tend to see.
They're great. Terrible, but great.
Yes, it was mentioned in the chat that there does exist a green bat. It's,
We don't talk about the green bat here.
We don't talk about the green bat. I've never actually seen one. They are very, very rare and can only spawn on floor 1. That is a Shrine of Peace, isn't it? Lovely. So, I lost all of my items, but I didn't, like, they go back to basic, but I didn't have items. So, Shrine of Peace is, you can kind of see why it's really fucking good. I also misplayed a black skeleton because I'm a scrub. Oops. There we go.
I'm really glad that enemies don't activate the double time squares traps.
Yeah, that would be awful and just, I guess, really bad game feel, to be honest. Like, it would just happen at random times when you still had enemies moving around. Alright, one important thing about the bats is being 2 squares away from them is basically the worst position. Because they can murder you. Oh look, another bat room.
Oh my god.
At least it's not a red bat room.
I remember random rooms having different enemies sometimes.
Generally they'll be bats or skeletons. as a not a hard and fast rule, but a pretty common one. I'll take the cheese.
If you perform the correct ablutions and prayers.
Yeah. I won't take the chests because orange chests don't contain weapons, and right now my only priority is to find a weapon. Alright, I fucked that up, but the bat did not punish. Looks like I will need to go downstairs to find a weapon, maybe. Oh, God, I got the hard cash too. Like, I can afford the prices, stranger.
Could afford something. Help chest.
Maybe that's a blood shrine. Let's find out. Give me that blood shrine. Oh, wow, this is a value bomb right here. It is a blood shrine. We have a ridiculous amount of ridiculous things. Wow, okay, I want to see what's in the blood shrine.
Oh my god.
I want it.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take it. Let the fun begin.
Oh, get the heart.
Metal boots are also... Whoa! Why did I do this?
What? Oh my god. This is like
I didn't realize those were this kind of boots.
Oh dear. This is real bad. This is so bad. It's a dragon. Everything was going so well. Everything was going so well. What? What? Oh no!
I had no idea that was what that boots did.
This Those boots were very bad boots. Why didn't he warn us? It was all going so well.
I know, like, I was like, yes, I finally found the perfect
You had
layout.
6 hearts on floor 2 and an obsidian longsword.
The game has some fun. So, I did notice actually that those are not as bad as the boots of leaping though. Because I could lunge and actually do damage to enemies like it was a rapier. I still jumped 3 spaces in at a time, so it was still awful, but it's not a strict downside, I guess? Oh, that was wonderful. I'm so happy that I got to experience that. Note to self, don't do that.
Never touch boots, never touch any boot ever again.
Never have I ever touched a boot. There are good boots. Like, I don't usually feel scared taking a boot. I probably should have been scared that they cost 13 coins, because that's generally a sign of death. The boots of leaping will also tend to be pretty cheap.
Highwang would like to know what armor does.
So armor will just straight reduce the damage that you take from hits. There is also a heavy armor that will stop you from getting knocked back or pushed around by traps, like that.
Is it just these armors? Like, there's the leather armor and the metal
There's like
armor?
leather armor, chainmail armor, plate armor, which are all just like flat heart damage reductions.
Right.
And yes, the minimum damage you can take is half a heart. Enemies will always do at least that. And then there's also like plate armor, which both reduces damage and stops you from being pulled along by wind spells and things. Alright. I am gonna be a cool dude because I'll take the 1 extra damage.
I'm really sad that it doesn't show up in your character.
I know. Those are literally the deal with it, Shades.
Oh, it's not just the, it isn't just the enemies, it is also some items.
Interesting.
Like, I saw that crate was also blacked out.
Interesting.
Not traps though, thank god.
Yeah, God no. Alright, so this run has suddenly gotten more interesting. I just need some bills. Important fact, you can still tell enemies from their eyes.
Oh, that's nice.
Even when you're in like the total dark, you can still do that. So like red skeletons will always have red eyes. Alright, where is
The
this boss
fundamental
that is
fact of
trying to
evil
kill me?
things is that their eyes glow.
Because there is a boss that wants a piece of me. There he is.
Oh dear, I was literally just about to say I cannot think of an enemy which this would be really bad for, and then a red dragon just wanders into the room.
But see, I can figure it out. Alright, hearts are 225? I believe.
It was 225 or 250, so you need to get not too much more gold before the
Yeah,
song
we're
runs out.
almost there, and we have
Oh,
one...
is that 3 bombs?
That is 3
Careful on the
bombs.
balls.
That is enough. Yeah, whatever that thing right there is, I have no idea. It is 250. Also, don't use bombs next to items because it will blow up the items, and that would be bad. There we go. They are also filled heart containers, which are even better, because it's like buying a heart container and food at the same time.
Super nice.
Alright, so this is a pretty good layout. I feel pretty alright with myself right now.
Oh, I can think of a boss that would be pretty bad with these classes. Deep blues.
Yeah. I don't really want to transmogrify. Certainly not my boots. Alright, let's go.
Will-O-Wisp, that is a shop I would kill the shopkeep for. I've never even considered killing the shopkeep. I didn't know it was a thing you could do.
You can bomb him. Alright, that was just a regular
He
bat.
just has such a beautiful voice, I didn't want to remove it from the world.
Why would I remove it from the world? Alright, the Infernal Torch is cool. Ow.
That is a room with a lot of enemies, and the Minotaur has joined the party.
Yeah, but we have, like, the anti-Minotaur weapon.
Flail seems really good for a lot of the bosses, just because so many of their attacks depend on them being close.
Absolutely. The flail
And
is
the
godly. Alright, now is the point where I probably actually have to concentrate. Flail also attacks next to you, which is useful.
Oh,
it's a
I
red
really
bat.
hope you don't get death metal.
Yeah, that would actually make my life difficult. Let's see. What's in here? Another blood shrine. I'll take it. I like all of these. I have not actually used an arquebusque or whatever however the hell you say it. Arquebusque. Arbusque? I'm not even trying. Giving up now, cutting my losses. It's a gun. Blunderbuss. It's actually not even the word for it. The word for the weapon is blunderbuss. Why do I even try to say words?
Arquebus is an early...
It is a type of gun, yes.
Yeah. One of the first types of gun that was mass-produced.
Yep.
Or rather...
Take that obsidian shovel. It gets stronger as your combo gets stronger, so you can, like, destroy more things. Doesn't look like there's
Dance
much
harder
else
to
here.
dig harder.
Basically. Alright, we are in Zone 3, so I think I will head out to the boss. Maybe this will be enough, we'll see. Okay, it's death metal.
This is... At least the flail's helping with the enemies.
Yeah, we might have this. I don't have this because I was still in a direct line with him when he used his fireball attack. Alright, I guess that's the stream, everyone.
I could actually tell it was the death metal music just because of like how
How
way
frankly
you were
I
pressing
went.
yeah, I could hear your button pressing.
I got super wrecked there because he has a fireball spell, and I was trying to avoid it, but if he gets on the same line as you and you're not like careful for it, it will get you wrecked.
At least you had a good song to go out to.
I didn't even get to show off the new boss, unfortunately.
There's a new boss.
There is a new boss. Coral Riff. I have no idea what it's like, if I'm being honest.
I hope it's a shark.
I hope it's a shark too, but I don't even know. I mean, honestly, I would actually continue going at this point if you didn't mind.
I'm fine.
Alright, actually, if stream doesn't mind, I would like to show off the boss if I can, so I'm going to keep with cadence. There is
Discover the
a
identity of
surprising
the shark.
amount. There is a surprising amount of content that you can show off in here. Of course, you have to be good for a lot of it, but still. I mean, I normally go for 2 hours. I was thinking I wouldn't actually have enough to show off with the game to go on for 2, but at this point it's actually seeming like it's doable. We'll have to like make
I
myself
suppose
dinner
if
at
you
some
were
point.
just skipping, like using the zone select to show off the next floor, you'd run out of content a lot quicker. But if you're just kind of trying to go through hard mode while all the items are unlocked,
Yeah. You kind of end up showing a lot of rando stuff.
like the boots of betrayal.
Those boots. Those boots.
Some really bad boots.
God, and I had like the perfect layout too. Like Obsidian Longsword is
You
again
had
end game
6
weapon.
heart containers and an obsidian longsword on floor 2.
Yeah.
Before you got the worst boots ever to exist.
The worst boots I have ever seen. Why? It's all that I could ask. Alright. Important thing about black skeletons, do not try to give them the first hit when they have their arms raised, even if you're next to them. Ooh, this is a fun spell.
What is the spell?
Transform. Transmog. It changes items to be different items. I can't...
Randomly? Or...
there's like some logic to it. I think it's items of the same like general cost.
Oh, it's items on the ground.
It is also, yes, only items on the ground. So if you can like drop items or find other items and transform them into more useful things.
This is apparently the spell that makes the Ring of Becoming amazing.
Yeah.
Why?
So because I'm sure it only turns into one item. Like there's only two items in that group, so you can turn it into a really good one. Out of curiosity, is that the only way to get that one? Because that would actually make a lot of sense. Because I did see that ring, and it was pretty fucking strong. So yeah, it makes sense if it's a weird transforming condition for it. Because it's a really good ring.
That's a roguelike thing that I don't really like, where it's just like you have to... If you
There are
roll
win
well...
modes.
If you roll well, you get stupid good stuff.
Yeah,
which...
I want that rapier.
You want it bad.
Oh, there he goes. Let's see what's in here. Ah, Golden Whip. Golden Whip is going to get me killed.
Bats!
Bats! Ah! This was admittedly the best possible thing I could get for bats. And also for Minotaur. The whip attacks with a pattern that is like 5 squares horizontally directly in front of you. If that makes any sense at all. Alright, that was a chaotic room that may have killed me in the past.
You're too skilled now.
But I'm really good at video games now. Alright, I'm still gonna go for the rapier, because apparently they've changed golden weapons to not give you
as much
more
gold
gold
as they
now.
once did.
I think it's now they get a damage bonus when you pick up gold.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah, I could see it being really useful in rooms with a lot of enemies, but... Oh, they do still give you +1 gold, so they actually just made them more useful. That's pretty cool. But I still want me a rapier. Also, the fire department is conspiring to get in on my Let's Plays.
They're going to arrest those boots for being literally the worst.
I'm here for the boots. Alright, yeesh, they are still...
Oh, they do still give you +1 gold, they
Yeah.
just also get 999 damage for picking up gold.
Whoa! So it's just a super max weapon for that. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. Alright, I have 1 heart. If I can stabilize my health, I'm in pretty good position here.
That's the problem with this game, just... I think it is also kind of the worst kind of Binding of Isaac-like for getting health. It's really stingy with it.
Health really
I
either
suppose
happens or
because
it
it's
doesn't.
like technically the easiest of these to dodge in, just because enemies are so rigidly patterned.
Yeah.
Also, like...
Rapier makes bat rooms a lot easier.
Rapier is the anti-bat weapon, really.
Pretty
Just
much.
because it kind of nullifies their randomness, you can stay out of range.
And still have
you also-
perfect chance to attack them. I also had the perfect chance to attack it several times right there. Of course, I also had to deal with a Wraith. Alright, we are, I sure hope... Damn it, that's a blood drum. I really wanted food. I really hope I can find some food. Wizard needs food badly. There we go. That was an example of handling a bat properly and not shit.
Please wear protective gear when handling bats.
Pretty much. It's currently getting oh god.
You've very nearly been destroyed by Dragonfire twice.
And I was destroyed by Dragon Claws. Grumble!